And now we're live. What's up, guys? It's another. Oh, my voice is breaking. What is happening right now? This is another episode of Off the Post. I am your host, DJ Redcap, and I'm wearing the old Cincinnati Red Cap, as you can see. As you see, we have a few new people down here. Don't you see these people down here? Who are these two strangers? I think you know one of them, but you definitely don't know that random girl over to the far left that I'm seeing. So we will introduce you to these strangers, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. Women's National Team versus Ireland game, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff. We'll see where it goes. We might even talk about that big snowstorm that happened out east. Maybe she'll talk about that. We'll see. Let's first go with the people you're used to seeing. Romo, how you been doing?
Hello from India. Namaste, namaste, namaste.
The beard is still intact, right?
Absolutely.
Oh man, I need to get me one. I need that in Michigan. All right, Jackie, what's been up?
Same old, working, writing. Shout out to my boss, Steve. He's the one who employs me on my blog, so thanks for that.
The brownie points are racking up right there with the solo book in the background. Perfect placement, by the way. I have to say that. She did that on purpose, I'm guessing. No, I'm joking.
It would have been right here.
That's hilarious how it's right there. Perfect.
You guys should see that.
And now we go to this new random person who just came on our show. I don't know where she came from. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Hi, I'm Danica Worthington. I am a Houston Dash fan. I'm currently not stuck, but in DC, stuck in Snowmageddon. Or I guess it's over now, but that was a crazy weekend.
Yeah, did people go outside, or did you just hide out somewhere?
Yeah, people kind of were trying to go outside. It was kind of a joke walking down the street, though. Went down to like a bar to watch the game, and it was packed because people did not want to be outside. They just want to be drinking their sorrows away.
Oh, so not everyone wasn't there just to watch the game? Like, what's nowadays, man?
No, my God, I was so shocked.
It's probably a whole bunch of Irishmen who were camping down the sorrows.
What is this real coming to?
Oh no, another Carli Lloyd.
Yeah, it was many of them. And we're going to talk about that and much, much more. I guess we can start with the usual stuff. Camp call-ups. We can talk a little bit about that. We're going to see if anyone was surprised or if they were happy or if they wanted someone, which I'm going to go do as usual, do my usual, I guess, Erica Timrak fight, as always. And we're going to see what everyone else has to say about it. So let's start with an old person first. That's you, Jackie, the oldest person here. What were your thoughts on the camp call-ups?
Yeah, I was happy to see Adriana Franch out of Portland now, goalkeeper. I was kind of surprised to see her, though, but, I mean, it doesn't do any harm for us, so good to see her, along with Emily Sonnett. And I was kind of surprised that we did call in Mallory Pugh, the 17-year-old, but so far it's paid off pretty well, so really excited about the young talent that we have.
Romo, what were your thoughts on the call-ups? Anyone that you wanted to be there that wasn't there?
Of course, I think the entire Rain team could have been there, but now. But yeah, I think a couple of them were pretty interesting. I thought the whole Samuels experiment was interesting. I thought calling him Pugh was like a huge moment in terms of Ellis making a statement in terms of what she's trying to do with the team.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna sit back and see. I'm not too sure.
Right. And Danica,
I'll give you some details later, maybe.
All right, yeah, that's fine. We'll get into that. And Danica, your thoughts?
I like the McCaffrey call-up. I think that's coming out really well for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as a Dash fan, I would like Kealia Ohai, but I guess I was I'm not really surprised she didn't get called up, but I was hoping for it.
No, the thing is, I actually agree with. I keep saying it's coming sooner or later because they could use a player with that talent. I think she'd fit it right on in. Imagine that speed with her on one side.
Oh yeah.
It could be amazing. So you're right. It's going to come sooner or later because she's such a talent. So it's just a matter of wait and see for the most part. Sam Mewis, I've seen some reactions. They were kind of here or there. A lot of people are like, I guess, not happy with that call up, and I guess not happy with how she even played the game. But we'll talk about the game in a second. So I'm guessing that's an odd one. McCaffrey, I'm so happy for that call-up because she's such a talent. What she did last year on a team where they would lob the ball to her, and it's basically her versus all four of the back line. So now she's playing with talent. So let's see how good she's going to be. And she looks pretty good out there with a bit of talent next to her. So I think this is going to be a great call-up, and hopefully she has another great year even in WSL where it's her versus the world as usual. But let's get into the game, shall we, people? Yes, Romo looks like he's ready.
That's my cat pushing me. So, yeah.
Okay, so the cat wants to talk about the game, too. So
yeah, I think she's really pointed.
First half, second half, substitutions. We'll just jump from there, and we'll see where it goes. So, Romo, your thoughts on the game? First half, second half, a little bit of subs, what you liked, what you didn't like. Who played bad? Who played good?
Yeah, I think it's very important that we note that, of course, the team played Ireland, which is not like one of the top teams around. Nor are they a team that's been practicing together for a very long time. So,
right.
Hey there, 5-0, So yeah, I think keeping that in mind, I thought the US was really struggling in the first half. I mean, I know they scored all those goals in but. I don't think they were prepared for tactics that Ireland was, especially in terms of how high they were pushing up the field. Really taking on defenders in their own half. I think Sonnett did really well, but I think Engin kind of only came into her game much later, possibly second half. In terms of midfield, I think the US was really solid in the first half with Muse and Horan there. Horan, incredible. I mean, it's not just the vision, it's not just the fact that she is making passes. Yeah, it's that swag. It's the fact that she knows and she's going to own that midfield that makes all the difference. I don't think with her in that midfield that we're going to miss Holiday any longer. I think she's like nailed it completely. Mewis not so much. I think in terms of that double pivot that we played with those two, the biggest problem that I kind of saw was the fact that Horan didn't really hold on to the ball as much as she should have, while Mewis did exactly the opposite. So, up front, of course, Lloyd was let loose, so she was doing a whole Messi-esque, all over the pitch kind of a performance, which is okay, but I think in that what we saw was that the flanks suffered terribly. He was pushed much deeper. Dunn didn't really get too much of the ball in the first half. And we unfortunately didn't see how that could play out when Lloyd's not on the field because the entire right flank was then changed. Second half, I think it was a little more balanced in terms of an overall flow. The only problem that I saw was that suddenly that swagger in the middle of the field was lost. I don't think. I mean, of course, there's a whole bunch of newness in there as well. I thought Pugh kind of grew into the game, and we saw with her goal that I think she's like pretty much ready for this this level. The only problem that we saw all over the pitch the minute Horan left is the fact that the weightage of passes, the kind of vision in terms of splitting the opposition, that swagger over the ball was lost. So those are my thoughts on the entire game.
All right. Now, the fact that you mentioned Horan, I guess we're going to ask Jackie. Can I consider her our Lindsay Horan expert? What were your thoughts on how she played actually out there?
Well, first I was kind of surprised that she didn't play the full 90. I thought she would, but yeah, in terms of her vision, her passing, I think she adds that element that we need in the midfield. With the absence of Holiday, I think she fills that void so far pretty well. And like you said, it's only Ireland, but still, it's definitely not, PSG. But you can tell the experience she's gained from France is immense. I mean, look at Tobin, Pino, look how they've kind of evolved their game as well. But Haran, I think she played really well yesterday. I thought offensively she did better than Dunn when it came to possession. And I think out of the whole midfield, she was the best player in our midfield.
And do you feel the same as that Sam Mewis is kind of one of the worst players in our midfield?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about her just yet. I know yesterday she did not perform that well, in my opinion. But it was only one game, so it's hard to gauge that off of just one game. But definitely not living up to standards. So.
Yeah, and for me, this is the Mewis that I thought would be a little bit like of the one that could really make the impact. Because I remember watching the games with Christy, and I was just like, I don't know what they really see. And some people liked her, but I was just like, I don't see her as a player that'll stick on the national team level. I thought Sam just being bigger, more like imposing, type that holding player we kind of need. That would I thought she'd be the one controlling the midfield, and just I haven't seen. It's one game, but I mean, I've seen her play better for the Flash. But I don't know if she's just a club. She'll end up being one of those players that's a club team player, but on a national level, just kind of like meh. But it's a wait and see with a young player like this. So we'll see how she turns out. And Danica, your thoughts on the game? Substitutions, players you liked?
Yeah, I would agree that the first half those goals seemed far more based off of the lack of defense on the Ireland side, not marking players and just generally not having it together was more indicative of that than actual skill on our side. I think, second half was definitely a lot of new players out there. I think Pugh, I think she did a good job. I think initially, she struggled to kind of time her runs, or at some points I feel like she was running into O'Reilly a little bit. But, she eventually got it together and they got their timing. I really like McCaffrey. I think she had that gaff where she let the ball go right through her feet, but she did hustle to get it back and has some good footwork, I thought, at least. So I'm really excited to see where she kind of goes with that and how she grows. And I saw Klingon midfield. I don't know if I like it.
No. No. We all agree with you there. Keep her back where she was. And I didn't even see her when, as much as we know that she takes those kind of rocket shots from here in time, sometimes not. The thing is, as a left back doing that, okay, I'm cool with it. But doing that from midfield as bad as she misses, no, we don't need any more midfielders taking shots. Just go back to your position. It's okay. Nice experiment, but don't do this in real games. So I agree with you there.
Suddenly, the minute she was in that spot, there was absolutely no defense. She wasn't tracking back at all the entire second half. So that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was an experiment that failed miserably, so maybe we'll never see that again.
Hopefully Ellis knows that.
Right? That's what it was. We forgot it.
Questionable sometimes.
It's like, you're forgiven now because you won Coach of the Year, so you can do whatever you want, I guess, at the beginning of the year. But now this is a question I wanted to ask you guys, because remember that they were talking about the bubble players, and I'm going to ask you which two players on, I guess, the bubble players they were saying which you send bye-bye. And I'd start with you first, Danica. Who would you say out of the bubble players which you kind of say have to cut off? Even though it's so early, but out of those names, who would you not have on your team?
That is so tough. Probably Mewis. Just because, like you guys were saying, I don't think she really showed up. I think she has more time to come back later, so it's not like she needs to make it now, and that's it. But I would say Mewis probably cut her.
Okay.
It's tough.
Yeah, that is very tough. I thought so too. Now, Jackie, who would you say? Because I got an idea who you would say. Cause I think we agreed on this player. I don't know if you're going to say her, though.
Oh, man. Pressure. Oh, gosh, who did I say? Well, there's a few. I mean, obviously, Pino and Rampone, we're not even going to talk about those two. But I think it was Engen. Was it Engen?
No,
or was it Sonnett?
It was Hinkle.
Oh, Hinkle, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hinkle. I don't think she's ready for the national team, and I don't know if she's not ready or she's just not national team material. It's hard to figure out exactly where she would fit in. But yesterday, I thought she underperformed as well, as just like Mewis did. So the Flash players are struggling a bit at the national level. So yeah, definitely Hinkle for me.
And the thing is, for me, I'm like, is it nerves, or is it just like you said, not ready for national team level, or just it could be anything. So I want to see a couple more games before I decide. But that's the first thing I thought when I saw her, and then when you said it, I said, oh, I absolutely agree right now about how she played. But it's a wait and see, really, the process of a lot of these players. And Romo?
Well, again, I haven't seen too much of both Hinkel and Muse. But in terms of midfield, I don't really think there is any lacuna that Muse can kind of add to at the moment. My biggest problem with her is that if you're supposed to be playing in midfield, there are two things that you critically need, which I think Muse hasn't really got around to. One is of course the fact that you need to have some composure on the ball. She doesn't. At least it didn't show off in, and it's something that we've even seen in her games the whole of last season, where she just thinks that possibly she can do all of it, and I think she takes on a little too much than she should. Um that and the fact that the weight on all her passes was just not right.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is time for Muse to be taking that play to Rio.
So I guess she'll be sitting at home with the rest of us. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. Do you think you want to send her an invite to the show or something?
Sam Muse, we're still looking out for you. Hopefully you're on the show sometime. We don't dislike you. We're just saying how we felt. Other than that, do you guys have any other news or things you want to say about the game, or is that pretty much it?
One note, of course, I thought Megan Campbell stand out for Ireland.
Oh,
Incredible performance. And those throws, my word, oh my god, superb stuff.
Well, I remember somebody saying on Twitter, I think it was our Twitter even said, I wish we had someone that could throw like that. It was a cat. That's a weapon, wasn't it? Absolutely. And I believe she plays for Florida State University.
Yep.
Little Rachel Stack was going to be on the show and really would have went all out for it because I've heard her bragging about her before. And she says she's just a player to watch. So if you get the chance, definitely check her out. Absolutely amazing player from what I'm hearing. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're good on that. This is good. This is good. The show's now being crammed. We're going through views better. That would be nice. But this is a women's national team game where we were dominating. What else can we really say? I mean, it wasn't. We're going to just keep bragging and patting ourselves in the back. Yeah, we're the world champions who beat Ireland.
I mean, there was one thing that kind of, I was, I guess, excited about was the Morgan to Lloyd connection. I don't know. Again, it's Ireland, but still, I think it was exciting to see them two link up and Morgan, expose their back line like she did. And it was just nice to see Morgan put in, I think, a decent performance, considering all of her health problems lately.
Yeah, and actually to see her healthy again, it's amazing. It's how long it felt like we were without her for some time. I guess I should go to the Houston fan. What were your thoughts on Carli Lloyd's dominance?
Oh, I love Carli Lloyd every time. I think she's been training a lot, and I think even despite going around doing all these press things, she still has been training a lot, and I think that's clearly evident. Again, yeah, it's Ireland, but she just has really great ball handling skills, and then, yeah, I think her and Alex, I think they're starting to get a rhythm. Obviously, it's too soon to say that they're there yet, but I think they'll be able to make that happen and make that like a regular thing.
With her playing up under, I think that's great. I've been waiting for this type of formation stuff, and the fact that it's Carli right there, and then Alex, I think they're going to make a good combination. Because, I mean, hey, maybe Carli Lloyd has another 10 years in her. Wait and see to be continued. I don't think she's leaving by her own choice. It's going to be by force if she leaves.
Still leaves.
Right.
Carli forever.
I feel like he's going to be a Carli forever, so get used to seeing her until she's 70. All right, guys. I guess that's really everything, but the one thing we have to do, I'm sad to say this, Jen Hayes started this little section some time ago, and it was the rants. Jen Hayes rants started way back when Jen Hayes was just a random person we pulled to protect the Flash fans against the mean off the posters dogging out the Flash. So we're deciding we're going to retire the rant section this year. We're going to just leave it to OPs, our opinion pieces, off the crossbar. Maybe we'll call those pieces. We still don't have a name, fans, so make a name for them. But we're going to do our final rants today within the show, and it's a sad goodbye to the rant section. I'm almost about to cry. So we will start with our newest person first, Annika. Your first,
Like you guys like just don't start with me.
your first and final rant. What do you have to say? Oh my God.
Well, I was kind of talking about this earlier. I hate watching soccer games in public in general, because people suck. They really suck. And so yeah, it's Snowmageddon, and I freaking trek all the way to the sports bar, and I get like a table. It's the last table, and there's like a TV that I'm like, hey, can you turn this to the game? And all these people are getting me side-eye just for being there, because like I'm taking up a table. I'm like, nope. I'm like felt like I had to keep on ordering beer, so I had reason to have this table because there's like nowhere else I could see the TV at. And people like would kind of walk, and it's an Irish bar, so I was like, maybe there'll be like Irish fans there, and I can have that tension. No, none whatsoever. And then there are these like drunk people like, oh, USA! And they watch it for like 2 seconds, have no idea what's going on. And then like, okay, it just stopped. And they're like right in front of me. At one point, like some really drunk girl, very nice, just sat down with me to like eat and try to make conversation. I'm like, okay, this is great. I'm watching this game though, so I'm going to come back to this conversation. Nice meeting you though. So just watching it in public needs to be a better experience, because that was terrible.
No, it's funny though, because that's the thing I always do. I'm like, you always find an Irish pub because you know that there should be some fans in there, and that's what I even did out in Vancouver. I was just like, I know there'd be some fans in here, and it was an Australian guy I ran into, and he was like, hey, I'm a Liverpool fan. I was like, hey, I don't like you, and then actually, the thing was like, because we were fans, we could relate and we talked. But that's the thing. I always thought those would be hot spots, but it sounds like you had a horrible experience at one of these places.
God. And I think what it was is that it's like everyone was there to get away from the snow, so everyone was just trying to get trashed at the time. So
it makes sense.
That was mainly probably the issue at hand.
Well, thank you for your first, and maybe you'll do some of your OPs, but first and only on the show. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. Jackie, it is your time.
You know me. I don't ever really rant about anything. I think I've had like maybe one rant. But I do have a shameless plug, if that's okay. You know me.
No, joking.
I was like, okay, cut me off, yeah. No, I write for a site called Soccer STL, so if any of you fans want to check it out, go to my Twitter at the Jackie Report, and it's in my bio, so if you're bored and want to read some more WOSO stories, check me out. And yeah, as far as watching soccer in public, it's definitely a very unique experience, especially if they're not even like fans of soccer in general. So it's even worse when the women's game is on and you're like by yourself. Yeah, it's a lonely road sometimes, but as long as you have a drink, I think that makes it better.
It always makes everything better in life. Driving too. Romo, what is your rants? You have a rant, Romo?
I think my pet peeve is gonna be come on and WSL, get over that whole TV deal, just get us better YouTube channels to watch, get us better coverage, and it's incredible. The whole YouTube idea was probably one incredible kick-ass decision that they've taken, and you can actually maximize that. I mean, forget about TV deal. They're not going to give you a great deal. You're not going to make any money off it for the first few years. So why even chase that dream? All these years we've been having these suck-ups where they've had rescheduling, they've had all sorts of crap happening, and the end of the season just gets the wrong end of a very crappy deal. I'm just thinking they should just try and forget that for the first few years. And there are people there who can help them maximize what they're doing on YouTube, get them deals and get them, lucrative advertising from YouTube and make the money off YouTube. Why even, deal with TV anymore?
Right.
There's obviously no one that really cares for soccer in the US. Forget about club women soccer. Hey, my rant done.
All right. So I guess it's time for the red cap to finish this up. We're going to end this section the way it should be. I have a list of things that I dislike, and I wrote them down.
Good.
So organized.
Yes. In my United Planner, by the way. Yeah. 2015, I'm still using that, boy. I am still using it. So things I dislike. One Direction.
Why, DJ?
I know, I'm sorry. I'm killing our fans. Liverpool. Horrible Irish pubs where no one's watching the games.
LA Rams song.
Let's see. I like Sky Blue. How did that get in that book? See, I like you guys. I'm sorry. I wrote that down by mistake. Bad cake. Sometimes good cake when it's not that good. Too many cupcakes can make my stomach hurt. Bad cars. Snow. The cold. Courtney Andros' last name. Let's see. Twitter. Sometimes the Twitter. People with cool accents that I don't have. Stuff that's old. Stuff that's new. Stuff that's red and blue. My webcam sometimes. I dislike. Let's see. One second. Turn the page. PR teams that dislike off the post, sometimes off the post, Sundays, Mondays, work, not working, my bed when the pillow isn't cold, flipping the pillow so I can get the cold side of the pillow, and I think that's everything. So that was my rants.
You put up the main rant that needs to go into that book of yours. Yeah, showcase that book. The main rant. No women's team for Manchester United.
You know what?
What the hell?
I don't want to talk about that. That's a rant. I'm like, I can do an OP on that, actually. That's a real good OP I can do on that. So that's everything, people. One Direction. And then, I think that's it for the rant section. There's some other things I dislike. I just couldn't think of them. Courtney's going to kill me for disliking her last name, though. But we'll see how that goes.
Just say about that. I don't know.
Slip that in there. She's like, why did you mention me on that show? I love that.
Completely random, but okay.
Well, I had to say it because I know she'll just go off on me for some reason or another. Good stuff. Well, we actually like Courtney. She's actually.
But we don't like the Patriots.
We love you, Courtney.
Look, LA Rams. We should have said that one.
Yeah, got it, DJ, got it.
All right, sorry about that. It's not my fault.
I'm over it for now.
I'm telling you, we will give you the Detroit Lions. No one wants them. And that's another episode of Off the Post. You know, as you can see, we went off the wire as usual, but it's always good fun and stuff. Danica, did you enjoy yourself? That's the first question.
I did. This has been a lot of fun. I could say more about it.
All right. See? Some people do enjoy it. Some people do like hanging out with us. So here's what it is. I guess we'll have a show pretty soon, depending on, because there's going to be a lot of football coming up in the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. And I know March we're going to have a lot of stuff going on, tons of stuff, spotlights and everything. And then we were talking about the She Believes stuff. So we're going to deal with that. We're going to take that into consideration. Other than that, oh yes, we had that conversation yesterday. We had a Twitter conversation. We used the hashtag OTP Talk. We're going to do those every month. So make sure that you jump on with us at the end of the month and get in the conversation. We're going to talk about things that happen within that month within the game, you know, big important stuff. Naturally, the draft was a big thing, and then the U.S. Women's National Team game was a big thing to talk about. But every month, you know, there's something happening. There's always some type of drama or gossip that makes the Twitterverse go wild. So just look out for that. We'll always have something coming. So other than that, I think that's everything. I'm your host, DJ Redcap. I'm going to go jump on the Twitter pretty soon and see what you guys are saying about this episode. Danica, we have to teach you something we do when we say goodbye. Jackie, would you like to show that wave that we do? That wave on the boat. Yes, you do the wave. You do the wave. So everyone, Rommel, time to wave. Oh, you a little bit more turn in your wave. A little bit more turn. There you go. Pageant queen, like. Goodbye, everyone, and good night. We will see you soon.